Now, I'm gonna talk about intersexual dynamics, and I'm gonna use Fresh and Fit as a backdrop. Shout out to Chronicles of Judah, man. This he inspired me to touch on these type of topics and use certain backdrops. But I know a lot of people don't like Fresh and Fit, but they talk on certain talking points that I like. I have anecdotal experience with it, and I understand the big picture with it that has nothing to do with my experience when it comes to intersexual dynamics and the experience of men and understanding women. Because the one thing that women do not understand, especially in this society, the society that's not about that doesn't promote women being chaste and classy and holding their purity up high instead of just promoting it. And this is because still, no matter what society women are in, whether they're pushing chastity or whether they're pushing sexual liberation, aka promiscuity, they're still women. So women still have mystique about them, meaning women are, I don't want to say deceivers by nature, but I guess that's the best word I can use. And I know y'all gonna think about it as negative, but every word is neutral. So it depends on how you use the word. Women are quote unquote deceiving by nature, meaning you don't know when their period is on. They can wear makeup, you don't know how they look. Women are usually more attractive when they're quiet. You don't know what they're thinking. Stuff like, you don't know their body count, stuff like that. So they have a mystique about them. So in this society where promiscuity is pushed, you can't, because men in general, when they want to take a woman serious and he has options and he's a made man and he's built himself, he doesn't want to ruin all his potential with a chick that's very promiscuous, because she can ruin his reputation, his potential. Look at Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, for example. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just ask the woman her body count. So he has to look through cues, and you ain't gonna understand cues, body language, and be able to detect the 1,000-yard stare, which is a lot of whores have. if you don't have experience with women, if you don't have sexual experience, because you don't really understand women, especially in this society, unless you have sex with them, see how they act after you have sex with them. You never simped in the beginning. You don't know. You never been through the peaks and valleys of understanding women, and then you can be able to vet them out and see who's a solid one, because you won't be able to tell who's a solid one if you didn't go through the bad apples first, and that's just reality. I don't care what nobody say. They can get offended. It's just reality. And that I think Fresh and Fit is going to touch on that. I'm assuming on this. I know I've seen this clip before, but I'm assuming it's going to be part of it, because I think Myron, which is Fit, the Arab guy, Arab / black guy, quote unquote, he's going to speak on what he believes the men should have in place before they can take a woman seriously. You know what I'm saying? And well, some of it I agree with. I do agree that men should have a vast amount of experience with women before he settles down, in the West, at least in America, due to this, the whore culture that we're pushing and the trick culture. So yeah, let's get it.
So I'll put it simply. It's not that men need to do healing or any of this other BS. It's that men need to become first. Adversity makes boys men, but adversity a lot of the times hurts girls and turns them into horrible women.
And the reason why I can relate to that, and I'm not going to speak out any women I know and I love that's close to me, but there's women I know that had the same similar experience with me when it comes to close calls to death and violence. I've seen a lot of shit, and the women that seen a lot of shit, and the way they react to the trauma is very erratic. They get very erratic, and me, I'm just ready because I know how to deal with it. I've learned lessons from it, because I'm expected to be a provider and protector of those around me. So I can just stand up to the occasion because I know how to deal with it, and I have survived it. A lot of women, they get shaken up by it. And I'm not talking about all women, but women in general. So sometimes it can destroy women, especially sexually, because women are receivers. They receive the energy. So the more dicks they get in them, the more, energy they get put in them, it can break down their psyche. That's the reason why promiscuous women and promiscuous men, that's a whole, it's two different things. It's not the same.
I'll explain what I mean by that. So for men, we have to create our value. You guys are born with value, so you have to preserve it. You know what I'm saying? Women must preserve their value, men must create their value. So for a man, I always tell guys, if you want to get into a serious relationship or have a serious girlfriend or get into anything of some kind of significant consequence, you have to have a couple things in place. And these things were, I said, you need to make, if you live in the West, United States, make $100,000 a year,
Understood.
have 6 months to a year of savings,
Understood.
Be in shape, 35 years old, have had sex with at least 50 women. Why? Well, these things, if you have these things in place, you're going to be what I call like an entry-level higher status.
And you know what's funny? The girl that was beside Myron that made that face when he said have sex with at least 50 women, it's just amazing that women are so privileged as far as the dating game to get options, and they don't even understand the privilege they have. Women, when they walk out to a lot of women, most women, when they go out to the grocery store or the gas station, they get options. You know what I'm saying? They get options off the rip, so they don't have to get quote unquote bodies to read through the situation and understand men. But they choose not to understand men because they get options already. So why have to understand a man when I can get privileges from men? I don't have to understand them. They already given me privileges. I can go in a club for free. I can get free drinks. I can get free attention. I can get free dates, free food. Why do I have to understand anything when I can get anything for free? That's how a lot of women's mindset is. But you do have to understand a man to keep him. But women don't try to understand men in this society. They just want to be self-worshipped. They want to be worshipped by men.
Yes, man. And the thing is with women is for a woman to love you, she's got to respect you first. But a woman respecting a man is almost always determined upon his ability to provide, be a leader, be attractive, be confident, all these other things. A lot of you guys mentioned earlier, I need ambition, I need confidence, whatever. It's because these are drivers for women to mate. So as a man, you have to become first before you even think about dealing with the opposite sex. So it's not that you need to do any healing or any of this other BS, because I don't like having men have a victim mindset. That's a bunch of pussy shit.
Why can't it be both, though?
I think you need to...
I think the time the man needs healing, this is why I slightly disagree with Myron. I think men that need healing is the guy it's like extreme trauma, like extreme PTSD, or if he got sexually assaulted, or you know what I'm saying, like maybe he was in the military, he sees some extreme stuff, like. But a lot of the stuff nowadays, it's just dudes are really just pussies. They haven't been raised around masculine figures that projected strength or taught them how to deal with small inconveniences in their life. I see a lot of dudes that bitch around from inconveniences, and when you meet a therapist, all they telling you to do is bitch more about the inconveniences instead of telling them how to channel that energy and deal with the inconveniences. But I think when there's men that has severe mental issues and severe trauma, yes, they should get some type of psychological help. But in general, it's because the man in America, the masculine energy is broken down. There's not much masculine energy and examples of leadership. On TV, you don't see much examples of leadership. In hip hop, you don't see a lot of examples of leadership unless it's violence, and the violence is toward our own. It's not because of self-defense or with honor. You know what I'm saying? So our examples are fucked. So I that's my opinion on it.
You don't become that person.
Because no,
Actually,
no, the male experience is far different than the female experience. You can't get by being a victim as a man.
Healing
Period.
doesn't mean you're a victim, though.
Yeah.
Anyway, going back to what I was saying, you need to become as a man. So having social issues, maybe having some trauma, whatever it is, you need to deal with that on your own and build your empire. Then the women can come after, but you can't be in a position where you can get a woman and have her be attracted to you if you're not in a position to lead. Women want a leader, period. That's what they're hardwired to look for. So you need to become first, handle your issues, then you go ahead and deal with the women. But you have to have the castle first. If you build it, they will come. And I'm very against telling men you need to do healing or any this other like feminine type, how do I say this? Feminine type language to make people feel better about themselves. No, you don't do no fucking healing. You become better. You heal by becoming better.
That is.
But I think we're saying the same thing here. But you're just
You're not saying the same thing because you're telling them to go to a therapist, and instead of becoming a problem solver, you're just telling them to go to a therapist and vent. You tell them to go to a therapist and comply. In my opinion, I don't care what nobody think. A lot of times, dudes they just be bitching and don't know how to face their issues, so they just go to the therapist to complain, man.
and under a different umbrella that kind of
because saying I'm healing from trauma and also other stuff puts men in a victim mindset, and men can't afford to be in a victim mindset ever.
That's actually a traumatic response.
Yeah.
Building your castle means that you are healed. If you have your castle built,
You're never healed.
everything you just said.
But you heal by going through trauma and planning and going through it and you know, on your own. You can't become you got to become a man on your own. You can get the building blocks of a masculine man in the beginning, but you don't get that through therapy. You get from therapy, you all you're doing is projecting. All you're doing is complaining.
They said I healed. I am better.
Yeah, like I
healing,
agree with what you're saying,
that you're
but I think you
growing.
think that
But
I'm saying
I know
I'm
you're
a
saying.
feminist.
Men don't look at it like that. They're not. No, I'm a man. Man that.
Manly man.
But the thing is, this is what I hate when women say, "I'm a man, manly," but that's what y'all respond to. Y'all respond to the manly man. So of course we're gonna lean to, or we it's best because you know in the end of the day everybody wants to mate. So you want a manly man. So why would you make fun of a man being like, oh, he wants to be a manly man? That's what y'all want anyway. But you know, you can't really listen to women because a lot of times, now I'm talking about most women, because they say one thing, but their actions tell you another thing.
By the way, shout out to Rob, by the way, in the chat.
Guy in the middle.
Shout out to
looks
Rob.
familiar. Hey, Rob. Yeah, Rob. Who's that?
He's a YouTuber. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man. Thank you for watching and supporting, man. A lot of YouTubers come in and show love, man. Thank you guys so much for being in the chat.
Dude, the weekend was here last.
Yeah, the
last
weekend
show.
was here. Yeah, yesterday or
That's
something like
freaking
that.
crazy,
So
bro.
yeah, people watching. But yeah, that's my take on it. I mean, you guys might not like my vernacular of saying like healing and all this other stuff, but I don't like using terminology that puts men in a victim mindset because men don't get the privilege of being victims. We live in a fact-based reality as a man. If you don't
Times
perform,
are
there's
changing.
consequences.
Yeah, but in that way,
No, times aren't changing. It's crazy how women really do not empathize with men. They really don't try to understand men. They just speak on what they think men's experience is instead of listening. Like, she says times are changing, but the reality, times are changing. And the fact is, less and less men are getting access to women. The ones that's complaining a lot, bitching, beating they meat, not working hard, acting like victims, they're not getting respect from women. If you see a man bitching on the internet, women pick on those niggas. And even if they do show love to those niggas, they're not laying with that man. They're not giving out sympathy sex. That's not really a thing it's not prevalent like that.
I want you guys to fucking cry, and I want you to feel your pain because the world never let y'all have that shit.
No.
You deserve that shit.
You want us to do it, but we shouldn't be doing it though because we can do issues on the go.
Reality, nature says that. You saying that now, but last time I seen a man cry on the internet, women and men was making fun of him. Women and men was making fun of him when he was crying on the internet.
We don't
Who
have to
said
stop
though?
to do issues.
Yes.
Who said though?
It makes them
No,
look
women say it too. Because when shit happens, you're like, oh, he too emotional. He can't protect me. I done seen women, and I'm not going to point no names out. In my family, I seen women say, you need to open up more, vent more. And then when we went to the store without him, she was, oh, he's so emotional. But that's what you asked. That's what you asked him to be.
towards the world.
But who said that though? Like some niggas that came here and pillaged this shit like thousands of years ago and told you what a man had to be.
The problem is nobody cares about how we feel.
Yeah.
So we have to push
but I'm
forward.
saying I do, brother. You know.
And that's
No, but just because
You don't rule. You're not everybody. You're not the general world. We're not gonna just because you feel that way, which I doubt, because you're just saying it. Because you probably never seen a man bitch and complain and moan all day in front of you to turn you off. That's not how the world operates. The world doesn't revolve around you.
care doesn't mean that the world cares.
Yeah. No, I'm just
So-
saying, there has to be a balance between like you caring about your well-being and truly like taking the time to sort yourself out and like
here's the
living in
thing.
the world. Yeah.
But when we sort ourselves out in private. We don't sort ourselves out and be emotional to y'all. That's the point.
Could be's, and would be's. But then there's reality.
Because they're all logical.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
We have to be logical. If there was no, they're all logical and shit. But you wouldn't even be in the studio with the men. The logic that we have built that studio that you're in. If we was emotional, we wouldn't have the wherewithal or the logic for you to be able to drive a car, drive on roads that was paved. You know what I'm saying? Get the money that was made by men. It was all built through logic.
Oh, I always say it, man. Like, men don't like the Disney fairy tale about, we had a discussion before on like, unconditional love. Yeah. I said it's a lie. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Disney fairy tales, all this other stuff. Like, if men believe in these narratives, it's going to set them up to fail. Because as a man, you don't get the privilege of being able to kind of like live in your own world and like, being accepted. Like, if you're a man and you're fat or you're rude or whatever it is, like, society punishes you for that. You don't get girls. You live at your mom's house. You're a loser. People make fun of you, whatever it is. But as a woman, right, let's say you're annoying, crass, fat, whatever it is. Love your curves, girl. You're strong and independent. Like, if he can't handle you. We have a bunch of social conventions in place to make women feel better about bad decisions. Whereas we don't necessarily have those same social conventions in place to make men feel better about their bad decisions.
Couldn't say any better, brother.
Can we talk about reality, though?
He's talking about reality right now.
I'm literally giving you reality.
I kind of agree because those miserable, fat, whatever people being married and have somebody living in that nasty house with them.
What do you mean? You're talking about men?
Both men and women. So it's not like
when women
are you aware that like the divorce rates are through the roof right now and they're initiated by women?
We're not talking about that. I think it's more of like this societal issue of people not taking care of.
But they're finding the person and losing the person because they're inadequate. That's the point he's making. He's an inadequate man. Women have so high standards, even the women that's not capable of getting the man that they want, that they're leaving the man that they actually match. That's his point. So he's inadequate. They might be with him for a little while and they end up leaving, or the relationship is very miserable. They find each other, but the relationship is miserable because he's not an adequate man.
Themselves. Like, I think it's a societal thing, like mental and physical. Like, I think as a society, we've become accustomed to like letting ourselves be victims. So I see both sides to this because I think at the end of the day, we have to take the right away to be a victim.
Yeah, I mean,
we all have that right, but we
that's
shouldn't
a good
take
point.
it.
Like we are conditioning people to be victims in today's society. But what I'm saying is that you can't do that as a man. Like, as a woman, you can do that. It's okay. Like, it's not that big a deal. No one, like, there's not really consequences for it. But like, as a man, you have to live in a fact-based reality, and you have to understand the cold hard truth that you must perform and produce as a man. Period.
Imagine this, right? A man you respect, right? Coming home after work, crying on your shoulder. How does that seem to you? It doesn't seem like a real man.
Okay.
Hold on.
Crying on your shoulder after work? Come on. You want a man to cry on your shoulder after work? Oh, man.
Every time there's a problem?
Not every.
Oh, you know what, babe? I can't deal with this.
Okay, but there's balance. There's balance. There's balance. You can't be too emotional, but have some emotion.
But no, man, this is the thing. See, what women don't understand about men aren't as gray as women are. If you tell a man, I want you to be emotional, he's going to be emotional, like fully emotional. He's not going to know when and when not to be emotional. You dig what I'm saying? So it's best to be as stoic as possible. Of course, you can express emotion, but you shouldn't be emotional as a man. There's certain instances when you're emotional. And of course, you're human. You're going to slip sometimes. But 85 to 90% of the time, you should be a logical, stable, sensible human being as a man. You dig what I'm saying? Or else you're not capable of leading.
Sure, you guys, any type of weakness, it's over.
That's not true.
But it's not
That's
healthy.
absolutely
People
not
that
true.
Depends on the girl.
You went with the wrong people.
Listen, it is not healthy.
But I also think it's different though. Like, if someone's like most of the time, being a badass, and then occasionally has like the vulnerability moment, I feel like that's okay. Like, as long as you're showing it. Like,
All right. Well, okay. So they're saying that
To each
it's
his
okay to
own.
open up. All right, that's fine.
It is okay to
To her point, you're naturally going to be vulnerable anyway because you're a human. But you should strive to be a badass as much as possible as a man, man. That's my point. You should be striving to be a badass as much as possible.
Makes us more emotionally attracted, and for women, emotional attraction is probably equally, if not more.
We're
important.
speaking from experience.
So there is physical first, but I think also after that, there's like the emotional, and it helps us connect faster with you and more in depth with you if you are showing your emotional side. Because
No, you're not. What women don't understand is we're not, men and women, for instance, are not built to be friends. We're built to procreate. So when we emote like women, which they really want you to do is to emote like women when they say be vulnerable. She's gonna in her mind, she's gonna emote and relate to you like a woman because she's seen you as a friend, and only genders people that's the same gender tend to be friends more so because we have similar experience, similar realities, similar struggles, similar challenges if you're the same gender. So when women see a man as a friend, they tend to emote to each other as if he's a woman as well, and that lowers arousal. So for the that's not optimal for the man because he wants his woman to be aroused by him so he can have sex with her. That's his number one component of getting with her in the first place, and then everything comes after that. So if he can't arouse her by being a masculine man, what's the point? He has to keep her arousal up.
we are emotional as well. Like, everyone has emotions, we can connect.
Yeah, but we can show emotion in different ways. We don't have to cry on your shoulder.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
But if you
So,
feel the
so,
need to,
so let's say there's a
okay,
problem,
of course.
right? Yo,
Yeah.
babe, I got you. You know what I'm saying? This came up. Don't worry about it. It's fixed. We're going on a trip. That's an emotional spike for you, but I don't look weak for doing that shit. If I cry on your shoulder and I'm like, oh, babe, like this happens to me at work, I'm gonna lose my job, that's gonna turn you off. Innately, deep down, it's gonna turn you off eventually.
Those are
Yes, it is. It's crazy how she's shaking her head. Look, man, you would rather have a man look. Of course, you could be honest about what's going on. And look, man, the job is downsizing. I'm looking for a job right now. We're gonna be all right. You want a confident man. You don't want no man crying on your fucking shoulder because he lost his fucking job. Come on. It's just, I don't know. The dishonesty is, or the awareness, the lack of awareness of intersexual dynamics is crazy to me that these women be having.
two different love languages, though. At the end of the day,
Oh,
you
here
just
go to-
described that
Here go to love language bullshit.
vacation. That's gift giving, right?
Yeah.
So that somebody might be great for somebody else, but somebody else might need quality time. Somebody might find love with words of affirmation. The guy expressing to his wife that, oh my gosh, like I just couldn't do it. Like, today at
no.
work was horrible. That
Oh no. Oh my God. A man coming home to his girl saying, oh, today my work was horrible. Ladies, if you listen to this video, do you want a man like that? That's my question. I'm just gonna be blunt. You want a bitch ass nigga? Is that what you want? Come on, ladies.
guess what? That was words of affirmation.
Yeah.
So I think what's important.
Words of affirmation is supposed to create reality. You want a man that to keep reaffirming victimhood?
When you find your partner is finding what your love language is and how they feel loved. Facts. That's what's important.
The vibes.
That's another
People are gonna
way.
Airy fairy ass bullshit. New age bullshit that was pushed into women that women accepted and thought it was cute and they think that's how reality should work. Cap. This is the other thing is, well, what these women do not understand, they can't put two and two together, is that women, these are the same women in America that complain that men aren't manly men anymore. And why is that? Because they're extra emotional.
To kind of like consolidate giving feelings when in reality, I get what you're saying, but you can understand too that like there's certain things that each woman, each man need, right? So you're saying emotional is definitely one of those things, right? However, like I said earlier, not everyone has that trait or that, you know what I'm saying, that love language.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you're a guy generally speaking, if you show weakness like that, it's not gonna be.
But that's not weakness. Why do you keep defining it as a
it's
weakness?
not.
Because it is. Because leaders do not submit to victimhood. And you want a leader. You want a man that's taller than you, stronger than you, can make logical decisions, can protect you. And you don't want an emotional man trying to protect you because he's not going to make a sensible, logical decision.
That's strength.
See,
For some
you're
people,
saying
that's
it here in the
strength.
podcast, right?
Right.
But the average woman, if they respect their man, they love their man, right? That's their tower and their rock. If he bends and folds, it's like, yo, like, this is a nigga I love. Like, no.
Okay, but
Why is
that's
it
two
bends
different
and
things, though.
folds?
That's two different things. You can express how you feel and still go handle your business. So if you're not handling your business, that's another thing.
So,
If you're just sitting here crying about it and not doing nothing,
A man that handles his business is most likely not going to cry, bitch, and complain. That's the point.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. It's gonna trigger you guys, but I don't care. I'm gonna say it anyway because I'm gonna hit you guys with facts. You guys are talking a whole bunch of feelings right now.
okay.
This happens all the time, right? The thing is that if you listen to female dating advice or you listen to how to deal with women from women, they're going to tell you things that are going to inherently
You a bitch. Thank you very much, Myron.
make you less attractive to them because it's politically correct.
Yeah.
Let me explain. You guys are saying open up. It's okay to be sensitive. Blah blah blah.
I can agree with that, actually. Yeah.
That is cap. You want to know why that's cap? That's cap because we have the statistics to show what happens when men are more feminine. We have over 50% of marriages end in divorce. 80% of marriages end in divorce with the woman initiating. Men are no longer men. Men are soft. Why? Because they listen to this bullshit propaganda. No offense to you guys.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Myron. Took the words right out of my mouth. That's why you ever realize when there's a chick and she get in a relationship with a man and he does everything she asks, and she ends up leaving him because subconsciously she's like, God damn, this nigga is a bitch. He don't have no backbone. He did everything I asked him to do. He became the man I wanted. He's not a man. He has nothing to stand on. Women want a man, of course, as far as he got good sense, that she can't control because she knows that's a man.
No offense at all, but it is bullshit because the more men act like women, the more it repulses women because women don't want a woman. They want an emotional rock, a man that's stable, that can control his emotions and not sit there and
We're
try
not
to
telling you to
finish.
be a woman.
Let me finish.
Sorry.
They do not want a man that's feminine and emotional like them. Women want a rock, they want a leader, they want someone that they can lean on in times of peril. If you are sitting here crying when someone's breaking into the house or when situations are tough or rough, immediately what's going to happen is that girl might sit there and cry with you and be like, I got you, baby, whatever. But deep down, arousal is going to go down because women are hardwired. As much as you guys want to sit here and cap and say, oh, it's okay, open up to me. You guys are hardwired to be repulsed by bitch-ass niggas. So if I sit there and cry to you.
Thank you, Myron. And then I bet they're going to say something like, but that's an extreme example. That's danger. But if a dude, look, man, if he's not going to cry in danger, why would he cry on the smaller shit? He's not going to cry in danger. Why you expect him to be vulnerable in the smaller things in life that's not as dangerous? It's small shit to him.
You might tolerate it once, you might tolerate it twice. But after a period of time, me continuously crying to you and me no longer being a rock, you will lose attraction and leave me at some.
The chick in the pink shaking, nodding her head. She's like, yep. Yep. And I tend to realize it seems like the feminine, quiet women, they tend to understand this shit. They tend to understand the intersexual dynamics more.
Point. This is why this advice is dangerous to men because women condition men to be just like girls, saying it's okay to open up, it's okay to be emotional, all this other fucking fuck shit. That does not work.
Wow. So bad.
And that have the same masculine problem as you. This is why I say all the time, men need tribes, men need male friends that they can confide in and talk to. Because unfortunately, ladies, for you guys don't live the same reality we do. You don't live the same experience we do. You guys have a bunch of privileges and rights and accesses that men will never get.
Now I'll put it this way: we're not downplaying the struggles that women have, but there's a burden. Or there's women that have certain burdens because they don't have a strong man by their side. But there's a burden that men have every day when they're with their woman. Once the woman is comfortable, she feels safe, the man is still have a burden in his back. He has to make sure they're safe. He's the one that got to make sure he leads. He got to make sure when they go out in public, he got to be willing to die on the spot. If there's danger, he got to be willing to die for the woman on the spot. There's a burden that he got to take, and he can't be sensitive and a bitch if he want to take that burden. That comes with being a man. You can't be sensitive and a bitch If you was a sensitive bitch that opened up, you'll be crying like, oh my God, something might happen tonight. I'm scared. And what's that going to do with her? She's not going to feel safe. Imagine y'all got kids and your husband is talking like that.
Therefore, you're not in a position equipped to tell a man how to act or how to operate, and more importantly, how to control his emotions, because you're going to use your female lens of how he should control his emotions, which that is inherently going to put him at a disadvantage when dealing with the opposite gender. Women never tell the truth about what it takes for a man to actually be attractive. Women, deep down, want a man who's emotionally unavailable, a fuckboy, and a dick. Why? Because he can control his emotions. He doesn't sit there and cry on her.
No.
That's a fact, ladies. Oh my God, I'm about to bring up a that inspired me. I'm gonna add a clip to this. It's a Country Wayne skit, and Country Wayne in his show, he's quote unquote the fuck boy. You know what I'm saying? He got all the money. He doesn't settle down. He got all the bitches, and then it's chicks that's in relationships call him the dickhead, call him the fuck boy. Got a good man. The good man kisses her ass, put her on a pedestal, and she still goes back and fucks the fuckboy. And you know why that's the case? I'm not saying it's all right to be a fuckboy, but there's certain traits in the quote-unquote fuckboy. Because the quote-unquote fuckboy is a leader. He's emotionally unavailable, showing that he has logic. He can make decisions sensibly. He doesn't put the girl on the pedestal because he puts his career and his purpose on the pedestal. He's not going to capitulate to the woman. He's capitulating to his purpose. And I have the same quote unquote traits. They call me the fuck boy. And meanwhile, the good guys are asking me for advice of how I get chicks. Ain't that a bitch?
Let me finish.
That's dangerous.
There's a reason why bad boys get girls. There's a reason why guys that are dicks and fuck boys get girls, because they hide their emotions. And it's arousing. I'm not saying you should do it. I'm just simply telling you guys,
Oh my gosh.
they're arousing for...
It's amazing. They're raising their hands, but there's good guys. They're in the friend zone right now, willing to kiss the feet and the ground they walk on, and they're not taking them dudes serious. This is my question. Why come chicks have so much experience with fuck boys? Because that's what's arousing them. If they wasn't attracted to fuck boys, there wouldn't be so much stories about fuck boys that they fucked with. It would all be the good, nice guys. Am I right or wrong?
Doing that. Gosh. It's an attractive trait in men. So, my advice is this, to finish. As a guy, if you have a girlfriend, serious girlfriend, wife, whatever it is, if you have problems, okay, you go and you deal with it with your male friends that are better equipped to advise you. You don't go and tell your girl about it. You just let her know everything's going to be okay. I got this. That's
how marriage is.
That's what men do.
We're attracted.
Marriage is in because of the opposite. Women do not be knowing what the fuck they're talking about. Marriage is in because of the opposite, man.
The fuckboys, but we don't want them.
Yeah,
we don't want them.
So why do y'all keep choosing them then? Why do y'all keep choosing a guy that's a fuckboy and y'all complain in your 30s? You're in your 20s like, I'm so sick of the fuckboys. I just want a nice guy now. Why y'all kept choosing them? There was something that was arousing you about them. Am I right or wrong? Because if you didn't want them, you wouldn't have experience with them. So much experiences with so many fuckboys.
You're fine, but we don't want. I dated them.
But why did you choose them if you kept dating them? Why didn't you choose a nice guy then? Wasn't arousing, huh? Got it.
I dated them,
but I did not marry one.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course he didn't.
One at a time.
Yo, your hand raised and then right now.
You guys can rebut me. It's fine.
I definitely have my hand raised. Okay, where are you getting your statistics from? I want a database.
Oh, we did a full video on this.
Full podcast, actually.
Lord.
No, I want like a breakdown. I want it from another podcast.
No. We got you.
We got you. Like, we literally did a full podcast on, how feminism has failed so many modern women. And one of the tenements is that, telling men to be more feminine and get in their emotions and all this other stuff. It doesn't work. And this is widely known. I don't even have to give you a study for this. Over 50% of marriages in the United States end in divorce, and 7 to 8 of them are initiated by women.
Where are you getting these numbers from?
That's actually outdated.
No,
that's a fact.
Where are you getting your numbers from? I'm asking you your source and your database. If I were to
We have a
say,
full catalog of links you can follow. They're actually
After the show, if you want to.
Yeah,
After the show,
they're all stated by colleges, by professors. It's all there. So
yeah, we have it.
We
can show you.
But in conclusion, goddammit, you can't listen to what women say. You gotta listen. You gotta see what they do. You gotta see what they're choosing. If you look at the Western society, There's so many women that got baby dads that they call fuck boys, but they're procreating with them. Why come the good guys gotta wait till they're in their 30s if they don't like the fuck boys so much? Why is that the case? Why come the fuck boys in hip hop got all the groupies, but the nice guy that's working the blue collar jobs don't got the groupies? The nice guy. Why they don't got the groupies? Answer me that. Yeah, so I'm gonna use this skit that I was speaking on earlier from Country Wayne's series that he got online. It's like a going on 2-year series, and he posts his clips every day. But it's so much going on in this story. I can't really tell you the macrocosm of it, but I'm gonna tell you the microcosm. This chick right here her name is Amber. She has a boyfriend. His name is Anthony in the series. He's a wealthy man, successful businessman, millionaire, big mansion. She got with him, but he's the prototypical nice guy. He puts her on the pedestal. He told her he loves her first. Before they even laid together, he was eating her pussy. That's all he did. She didn't have burning, genuine desire, but she liked him because he was a nice guy. He made good business. And Country Wayne in this series, you know, the comedian, this is his series. He's the proverbial quote unquote fuck boy bad guy. He got all the chicks. He fucked all the bitches. He's for the streets, quote unquote. All the chicks like him. No matter if they say he's a fuck boy, they always end up going back with him. And there's certain triggers that women like in these guys. The reason why, you know, first of all, he's pre-selected. Women like men that other women like. Women can deny this all they want, but the reason why they like this is because there's a safety measure with it. If you see a guy that has a lot of women around him, you can tell he's safe. He's not hurting them, generally speaking. That's the optic of it. And there's a inquisitiveness in their mind, like, what is it about this guy? I wonder why all the bad bitches are around him. I'm gonna use an anecdotal experience with this. There was a job I was working at. I was getting chose by these chicks, but they never hollered at me, whatever. Young chick came in. She was 22, 21. I was 27. She came to the job. I started fucking with her. All of a sudden, all the bitches start hollering at me then. All the bitches start hollering at me when they saw I can get her. And this is, and it shows here. He's the proverbial bad guy, fuck boy. He's not the nice guy. And her boyfriend, Anthony, is the nice guy. He kisses her ass, brings her flowers, you know what I'm saying? But there's no sense of a backbone. There's no sense of leadership. He can't tell her no. He can't trust his decision making. If he falls to her, she's already emotional, and she's a seesaw because she's a woman. Her emotion goes in waves. So if he follows her, he can't trust him as a rock because he's following her lead. So I'm gonna show the example right here. Country Wayne is coming to her house because, there was a downstairs in the parking garage and she needed help with her boxes. I don't remember why they met there, but let's see what happens.
Hey, what's going on? I work for me now. Where you want your boxes at?
You can just put it right here on the next counter for me. Thank you.
Oh. I ain't playing my own money though, because, I really ain't want to. That's when I would hurt.
I couldn't get it.
Now, I don't know y'all know what alpha widow means. I'm going to use an example of what alpha widowed is. Jada Pinkett Smith was alpha widowed by Tupac. So she got with Will Smith simping ass, corny ass. You know what I'm saying? He's a safe guy. He's safe, but he's not arousing. He's attractive. He got the typical prototypical husband, nice guy, safe. It's a safe bet with him, but he's not arousing. He doesn't trigger her sexually. He doesn't make her tingle like Tupac did. He wasn't the proverbial bad boy, meaning he showed traits of protectiveness, being a protector, being able to have a potential to be ruthless as a killer, so that he can protect and provide for the offspring. Will Smith doesn't have that trait. He just has a nice, safe, I can provide for you traits. And that's what Anthony represents for Amber. And we're going to show that skit next. Country Rain right here. This is the proverbial bad boy, the fuck boy.
Anyway, because you always talking.
Yeah. Try getting in and stuff, man. Whatever. Like I said, I don't be coming for you. We cool, man. This is who I am. You know I ain't no person.
I think that you always in my face. Every time I see you,
Amber,
you
stop.
Now you see how the shit that she's saying to him right now. You're always in my face. You know how she talking shit right now. That's the reason why you can't take what women say. Look at the actions though.
I'm saying you're special, you're a beautiful person, but I don't be in your face. If I was in your face, this is in your face. Nah, I don't be in your face.
Arousal. What was she just saying before that? She was talking shit, wasn't she? Just like the chicks in Fresh and Fit. They were saying all that shit. But I bet later that night, those who got sneaky links, those are the niggas that don't give them attention like that. Them nice guys, they taking them to dates and they not doing nothing with them. They just using them for dates.
Wait.
Oh my God. That's a refill this, I'm sorry.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? Not get the fuck out my house. I got a man. You know I got a man. Get the fuck out my house. Look what happens.
What was that?
What was that? She just saying shit.
Me too. I don't know what happened. And when you said, I tried to, my brain to my neck, come back and it went forward. Man, I might need some protein shakes.
Country ain't a fool, bro.
Wait, I have a whole man. I mean, what did you just do though? Like, why did you just do that?
I'm sorry. I just feel like this is me too long. I'm sweating up on my arms. If you want to knock $5,000 off that 40, I can do it for the 35.
I don't understand why. What just happened though? Why?
I didn't do nothing.
You did something.
What did I do?
You did this.
Right. You were just complaining though, right?
Well, you got that $5,000 back then, because I was finna give you for the 35. I'm gonna need the whole 40. Cause you just, whatever I just did, you just did it back.
Now we're not gonna go through this whole thing. Just basically know they end up fucking, and she ended up cheating on the nice guy, the guy that's so nice. And now we gonna skip to the scene where her man Aunt came in.
What are you doing here?
Oh, it's just in the neighborhood, handling some business, about to close on another property. Just thought I'd come by and see my baby.
She ain't even wiped Wayne off yet. She still got Wayne juices all over her while her man came over. And I'm gonna show you see the difference between the bad boy, the fuck boy. He has social acuity with women. See, in society, women in general tend to have more social acuity, social awareness. I'm talking about in immediate surroundings than men do. When they step in the building, they can tell who's fucking who. This chick is a bitch. This dude is weird. This dude is, he look like he got some money. Dudes don't have that much of awareness because women had that practice since they was in puberty. There's so much shit coming at them, so they had to learn how to have discernment socially. Men have to seek it out, so they got to learn bumping their head by pursuing that type of experience. So the Russell Wilsons, the niggas like him, they don't have that social awareness. They don't understand the triggers of women. They just know the basic shit they got to provide or whatever, and they got to be quote unquote the nice guy that their mom taught them. But they never learn from a man how you attract women. You don't learn from the fish. You learn from the fishermen. So a lot of these dudes learn from the fish. They don't know what it takes. Women don't know what it takes to attract themselves from a man. Just like a lion knows how to. You don't ask, a gazelle how the lion hunts you. It just runs. The lion knows how to hunt. The lion knows the uncomfortable realities to figure out how to get its prey. And these men don't understand that. They're just nice guys.
I thought I was gonna meet you at your house.
Oh, we can still go there, but
No cues. I thought I was gonna meet you at your house. Like, what? Why is that a problem? I'm here.
I figure I kill two birds with one stone. You can just ride with me back to the crib.
Okay.
Well, can your man at least get some loving?
Oh, yeah.
There's a red flag right there. The body language is off. See, like I said before, man, when you have certain experience as a man, in America, Babylonian society, what you should have to figure out who's the good woman and what's the bad woman to settle down with. Because, they push sexual liberation so much. Women are promiscuous and their psyche is broken. You'll be able to see and understand this shit if you have a lot of sexual experience with women. Unfortunately, that's how it is on the West. So you'll be able to read these cues. But nice guys don't understand that. The bad boy understand it. That's how they know how to trigger the arousal in women. See, attractiveness and arousal are two different things. The good guy is attractive. The bad guy is arousing. He can get the pussy wet.
Can I?
I just got done eating some barbecue chips and I just.
Girl, I ain't tripping off that. Really?
Yeah, I need to brush my teeth. That's all.
Girl, you know I don't care about that. You acting funny. What's going on with you?
I just.
See, me, I don't know, man. I might be an asshole, but if you acting crazy with me, I ain't asking shit. I'm like, look, man, you figure this shit out. I'm about to dip, bro. Like, he acting crazy. He acting weird. Say what you gotta say. If not, I'm out this bitch.
I wasn't expecting you, that's all.
Oh, okay. Man, I should have called before I stopped by. But, I was excited to see my baby.
So sweet.
Well, even though...
Look at the body language.
Chips and... Would you...
Barbecue.
Barbecue? Okay. I like barbecue, but, since you don't want me to kiss you there, I can definitely...
Look at this nigga. Look at this nigga submitting. Look at this nigga. Look, the foundation of the sexual relationship with them is already on shaky grounds. This nigga was eating her pussy until he can win her over to fuck. Country Wayne didn't do none of that. He just fucked. The burning desire was already there with Country Wayne. It was already there. See, women are already, you can't expect virgins in this society. So women have sexual experience. If you want to take a woman serious and she don't show no burning desire for you sexually, it's done. It's most likely she had sneaky links that she fucked with. She ain't have to show no wifey material aspect. She ain't have to do none of that to lay down with that man. So the man that she actually likes, he has to prove himself. That's dead. It's dead, bro. So I'm not finna go on with this. Basically, you see the premise, what I'm saying, between a bad boy and a good boy or whatever. And I know a lot of women are going to disagree with this. But I just want to know, why come the good guys that wants to actually settle down, in contrast to my bachelor ass, why do they ask me, how do you get a girl? Why do they ask me that shit? But that's the end of my video tonight. This is Shaq Talk TV and the sexual dynamics, Fresh and Fit, and Country Wayne skits. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend, man. Let's get it.